A Quiet Cadence, a novel of the Vietnam War. So, Mark Treanor and Naval Institute Press, thank you for sending me a copy of this. I only hope that my review can do it justice. This was a tough book to read. It was a tough book to read. And as you can expect, a novel of the Vietnam War, you probably have a good idea what's in it. What made it difficult is that the experience of the main character, Marty McClure, young Marine rifleman, and his experience going into Vietnam, his time in Vietnam, finally his medevac out of Vietnam, is also typical of soldiers World War I, soldiers in Vietnam, soldiers in Iraq, soldiers in Afghanistan, and so many of my peers that are experiencing the same thing. There's a quote that I love to repeat as part of DoD Reads, is that there's some things that only fiction can teach us. This is a fiction story, it's a novel. But there's just some things about human experience that you can't read in a history book, you can't read in a biography. It can only really be taught in a novel, and that is what Mark did in a Quiet Cadence. So the book starts as a young rifleman volunteers to go to Vietnam, and he gets there as one would expect. And one of the early quotes in one of his first days in the bush is, he starts to see some of the atrocities that are going on, some of the death that's going on. And his quote is, "I'd never be like those savages who would take joy in death." And that was his first experience. And then his trajectory continues on. He gets harder, he gets calloused, he experiences more things. His perspective changes. And finally, he gets medevaced out. And not just medevaced out, terribly unfortunately, not just medevaced out to when I came back from my deployments to a thank you for your service and a free meal at Denny's, but he came back to an entire country who not only didn't understand him, but many people who actively hated him. And what that does to a young man, an old man, any man, is pretty incredible. So, tough book to read if you're ready for a challenge, if you're ready for a next 10-hour challenge. I'll be giving this book away, just like Naval Institute gave it to me, so I'll be giving it away. If you're interested in it, you can sign up below. I've got a newsletter and give out plenty of books every month in my newsletter. So sign up below, and I'll get you on my newsletter, and you'll have the chance to read A Quiet Cadence. All right, thank you very much.